Okay. Are you kidding me? Another one, another map. Okay. We'll go Gen 2. So I'm gonna have to spawn everything. Let me open the Discord real quick and share this. Alright. Welcome in, everybody. Right now, I have a video, like, hopefully I can cook up eventually. I want to get some testing done. I want to test, mainly just base ranges right now, how everything is, see how everything is, and then possibly go into my private server and do some testing with, restats that the stat team have been cooking up. Because I've been pinged a lot, and I've been asked a lot to talk about stats that are the stats team and what's going on with them. And a lot of the stuff they're doing is kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. I mean, as you can see alone in the thumbnail by itself, they want to buff Albino Terror and give it 1.9k HP, which is just kind of crazy to me, honestly. Just like it's a little interesting. And I've been arguing back and forth with some people about Evanus restats and stuff like that. So I figured I was going to pop in here and hopefully maybe get some people to help me test if I can. I'll test stuff myself if I have to. But hopefully I can get some people to test with me. So we'll see. Right now, there's a thread in the DS Stats server. Let's see, stat suggestion. No. Where is it? Stat forum. There it is. Buffing AV, and we. Oh god. Buff Evanus. Okay. So I went and I talked a lot with some people. Hello, Doofman. Right now, guys, I'm in a public server, so you guys are more than welcome to join me. I want to see if we can get some testing in here. I'll probably only stream for like an hour or two, maybe. And if you guys help me out, I will give you some of my extra movie skins. How about that? I don't have that many, but I can toss out some of the extra ones. That's what I was planning on doing anyways. And we finally get the Meta Mysteries area back. Now that the old map's back. So let's see. All the way back. And I luckily did get Indomitable Thief, and I did finish out the event at the very end. But I want to do some range testing. I want to get like a Meta Mysteries episode made. If I can get some clips from here, and I can actually make a full-on episode of it. So make a test. You can't join. Roblox is down? Is it? Roblox isn't down for me. Is Roblox down right now? That'd be insane. Hold on. Let me menu. Let's see if I can make another server. If I join this one. Just join someone else's public. Alright, there we go. Sorry, Mr. Dimpy and whatnot. Alright. So if I can get some testing in. guess I'll do stream. It's streaming. I'll wait for the next. Ping me. Somebody ping me. Let me make sure I can get someone here to test with me a little bit, because I want to talk about the stat changes and whatnot, but it wouldn't be fair to the stat team if I just started talking about restats and stuff like that if I had not done my proper testing and I hadn't, went out of my way to, figure it out myself. So that's why I want to do this. Let's go pet create nest. Hi Dominic, it's been a while. Hello Clayton Olsen, it has been a second. It's not the joining parts, it's opening anything but some pages. Interesting. I mean, Roblox is up for me, I mean. As you can see, other people are playing. We have the Meta Mysteries area back. I don't know what's going on with the map. It's like parts of it aren't like fully loading in, which is strange. It'd be nice if there's food out here, dude. There's like no food. Let me see. Okay, so let's see. One of the big ones right now is that albino terror one. That somebody was. I don't know. I think it got. No, it didn't get revoked. Okay. Here. Okay. Let me pull this up for you guys. I'm gonna pull up the Discord or the stats Discord for you guys, and so we can look at this. So we're gonna look at stat Discord. Okay. And I want you to look at this right here, albino terror. So 170 damage to 185, 1,800 health to 1925, 25 defense to 20 defense, 1 bleed to 2 bleed, 1.8 cooldown to 2.1 cooldown. And then it's nerfing its speed, so it's slower. It's slower, but it does, was that 15 more damage, double bleed, gets 5 less defense, so it takes 5 more damage, but it gains 125 health. And I'm just at a loss for what's going on here. Why albino terror all of a sudden needs to be changed like this? What happened that made people think albino terror needed this? Albino terror is actively used. Like, if we could track most used creatures in the game, I would have a strong bet saying that it was albino terror is one of the most used creatures in the game. Because everybody uses albino terror. Because it's just good and it's always good. It's like every update, albino terror is always good. Like, no matter what. So let's see. And then this one, this is another one that just has confused me beyond belief. Is Kaiju Jellyixis with 1350 health, from 1350 to 1525, 20 defense to 30 defense, 115 damage to 100 damage, and then 1.2 cooldown, and then 1.5 bleed. And then going from 15 to 25 flight speed to 18 to 28, like gaining almost 200 health, gaining 10 defense, and then subtracting what, 15 damage minus 2 cooldown, or I guess plus 2 cooldown, but you know what I mean. And then an additional 0.5 bleed, and then speeding it up by 3. This makes it stronger than, like, this gives it more health than Evanus. Like, why does Jellyixis need more health than Evanus? Why? I'm completely at a loss for words for this one. It genuinely, like, confused me beyond belief. If anyone would like to defend it, I am all ears, because I genuinely do not understand this one. Let me see if I can get... But yeah, that's why I'm like making a stream and I want to do some testing, because you know, stats are just something else. All right, let's see. We get one person. There we go. Turn off my creature. I think it's so over. Yeah. Okay. So, like, let's take for example, we're gonna make another nest. It's a separate pack. Where's Albino Terror? We'll just take base Albino Terror. Oops, what did I do? Alright, so we're gonna take base Albino Terror, and we're gonna pin it against Evanus. So I'm doing some testing right now with stats and ranges and stuff like that. Right now I'm gonna test some ranges, and then later on, if I can get some more people, I want to do some testing with some stats that the stat team have been making, and I want to see, you know, how those stats compare. So we're gonna do Evanus's range versus Albino Terror's range right now. And let me just preface something, like, right now. Evanus and Albino were supposed to be the same size. Somebody in the stat server was asking for an Albino Terror stat ups, like making it bigger, or making Albino Terror bigger. Like, why does Albino Terror need to be bigger than this? The Albino Terror is already bigger than Rex. Evanus was supposed to be the size of Rex, or supposed to be the size of Evanus, and yet people are asking for a bigger Albino Terror. If you want a bigger Albino Terror, go play Facile Ethereum. Like, people are just, I don't know. The stat server makes me mad. I can't stand that server for too long. It'll make me mad. But anyways, we'll do a simple range test for now. Now, I don't know how far away I need to be. Right, let me move up. Okay, so I already hit. How far away is it? Let me turn off the music. Are the stats on the thumbnail official? So that's from the stat server, and I'll show it again. That's from the stat server, so it's not necessarily guaranteed to come into the game. But as you can see right here, this is from the official stat server. Right here, DS stat balancing. That's from the official server. Like, what? It's from the official server, and I'm like, I'm at a loss for words for like why it needs to be changed to that. Like, you can see Kaiju Jellyixis, you can see Albino Terror as well, and I'm confused. So, but what I'm gonna do is, so we're gonna keep testing this for right now. So Evanus, keep pressing the wrong button. Evanus is not gonna be able to hit it from very far. So let's see. So, where's that? Okay, so what is that? 60 meters? Get out. Nope. Okay. Move back with Evanus. We move back a good amount, and we'll see how far away I can hit from. Okay, and then Evanus has to move up how much? So it's only a step. Luckily, it's only a step. Previously, it wasn't a singular step. Previously. Now, I still don't think that Albino Terror should be able to range Evanus, especially with Evanus having these stats. Because Albino Terror does 170 damage, has 1.8k HP, and so Evanus kind of doesn't win these kind of fights. But what I'll do is we'll do a 1v1 to yellow. So I need to heal this one up. Let's see, and I might eat my own words. Okay. Three, 2, 1. Yeah, Evanus is already at yellow. Like, it took 2 bites for Evanus to get to yellow. The Albino sets look better on something that's not more tanky, if you know what I mean. What, the 1-9... Yeah, it looks like that belongs to something like a Parasaur or something like that. But like instantaneously, it took about, I don't know, 2 bites to take Evanus down. Right? Okay, I got you. Man. It literally took 2 bites for Evanus to go down all the way to 800 health. And like I said, 1.5k HP for Jellyixis is insane. That's insane. Why does Jellyixis need to have more health than Evanus? It doesn't make sense. It just seems like the stat team hates Evanus and wants Jellyixis to just be above Evanus. And I will fight to the end of my days about Jellyixis versus Evanus, because Jellyixis is an illegitimate hybrid. I love you know, that Sir Blamison cooks so hard with Jellyo, and I think it's a really cool concept and it's really well made. Like, that is absolutely true. However, it's like Evanus won the hybrid vote fair and square. Jellyixis didn't. Jellyixis is Skila. And it was added whenever the game was dying. And now all of a sudden it gets priority over a hybrid that's already been here. And, you know, people always are like talking about how it's, you know, fundamentally Evanus's, you know, like identity to be the glass cannon flyer. And, you know, I always have to question, I'm like, it says who? It's like the glass cannon that has 1.4k HP says who? It says you right now. After you changed it, after you restatted the game and made it to where Evanus' stats were like that, you said that Evanus should be 1.4k HP. I didn't say that. And I know my opinion doesn't matter, so before you even say anything to me, and before anyone's rude to me about it, I understand my opinion doesn't technically matter. But, you know, it's kind of ridiculous that Evanus is sitting here at 1.48k HP and Jellyixis is coming up to 1.5k HP. here. If you want to make a new pack. Yeah, no, exactly. The albino buff, it seems too much. I completely agree with you. It's too much. I don't think albino needs a buff. Everybody already uses albino tear. Correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody already uses albino tear. And I used regular albino tear in this. I didn't even use matriarch, which is the better albino tear skin. That is the better albino tear skin. It's fine. AV needs changes. Yeah, I feel like AV needs more health. I said for the health it was like 1600. If they was buffing it, it would be only better 175 damage with a 0.1 more cooldown. I feel like albino terror like is in a fine spot. Honestly, it's still super strong. They could lower AV attack speed. Yeah, they could do that. They could lower AV's attack speed and give it more health. It needs more health. Because right now, Evanus just... You bite Evanus one too many times and like you're out for the count. And there's nothing you can do. You can't... Like, I understand people were like, oh, well, you know, it's just for longer wars. It's like, okay, well, what if I'm not participating in a longer war? I just can't use my favorite playable? I can like, what if I'm trying to defend myself? It's like, do I just not get to? Do I not get to defend myself? It's like, oh, well, just run. It's like, oh, well, flyers can catch up to me because they can dive bomb. And then they can catch me. So, that's why gliding isn't more overpowered than people say it is. Because you can catch up to a glider. Because a glider starts out at the ground. Flyers start out in the sky. Which is why I don't understand the Jellyixis restats with 1.5k HP. Albino can chase Rex, right? Chase Rex, you mean like... What do you mean by chase Rex? Albino has one less speed than Rex. Alright, here, let's do a range test. And right now we're just testing the base ones. Okay. Well, I already hit you. Yeah, that's 52 meters away. Okay, so now you're at 48 meters. So that was like 3 or 4 steps. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Let me get some water. Is this not drinkable water? Okay, there it is. I like albino terror as much as the next guy, but seriously. Actually, that's a lie. I don't like albino terror as much as the next guy. That's a well-known fact. But still, buff Megavore range instead of buffing albino. Yeah, I don't understand. And we'll do a 1v1 to yellow. Okay. Let's come here, dude. Let me make sure to heal up. 1v1 to yellow. Okay. Yeah, I would agree that albino terror stats are fine as they are. I'm kind of just gonna face tank. So. Okay. Let's see. 13, 14, 874. I don't know who would have won that. I'm trying to think of who would have won that. I don't know. I think I got yellow first. But like genuinely, like Megavore has more health. It's more tanky. It should theoretically, it being slower, it should be able to beat albino terror in my eyes. At least hold its own. But albino terror can range it. And if I was playing Malu, and I actually tried to range you, you would have probably lost that. Peru just completely tanks it. Peru completely tanks Megavore. I'm fine if Peru, like, is equal to Megavore, because base playables should be able to beat or stand against the hybrids. My only thing right now is Rex, in my eyes, Rex should be able to tie with Albino Terror. In my eyes. Rex and Albino Terror should be around the same. But I don't think they are. I don't think Rex stands a chance against Albino Terror. And also, again, this is my point. Albino Terror does not need a size buff. Whoever saying Albino Terror needs a size buff is crazy. Like, Albino Terror is already massive. Like, look at it compared to Rex, and you're like, okay, Albino Terror is already giant. Peru is just better in every category. Yeah, I don't think Peru should necessarily beat Megavore. I think they should tie. But yeah, I'm going to do 1v1 against Rex if I can. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me wait for the combat to go away. I don't know what Rex's attack rate are, so I'm just looking at the base stats as they currently stand. All right. All right. I think I messed that one up a little bit. So we're gonna try again. In my experience, Peru wins almost every time because of its range. Okay, that test didn't work out, but I'm gonna test it again. So I messed up the timing. Whoops. Like a trigger finger going on here. Okay. They might tie, actually, from the looks of it, which is good. I just never see Rex get used. Maybe Rex has, like, terrible range, but I might need to test that as well. Because genuinely, I think Rex should be one of the most meta playables 100% of the time. Because it's a starter. Doing a meta mysteries. Somewhat. Rex is thirsty. I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Dude, if you have Albino Terror, yeah, you have Fasted. People don't. It's so weird. I don't understand. Stat server like makes my head hurt. That's why I haven't really made a video on it, because I can't really with stats right now. Here, let's see. I know they nerfed D-Rex's range. Damn. And it outranges again. Barely, luckily, but still. I don't know. Is Faso slower than Albino Terror, right? What is Faso's walk speed? Let me probably look, honestly. Faso's walk speed is 14. No, its walk speed is 14, and Albino Terror's is 15. Faso's 1 slower than Albino Terror. But it's got... Was it 2 slower sprint speed? Should only still be 1, right? But yeah, it is slower than Albino Terror, but just barely, dude. Barely. And people are wanting to make it even slower by those restatted changes. People want... Actually, no, they want to make it the same speed as Faso. They literally just want Albino Terror to be Faso. They want Albino Terror to be the big, strong terrestrial creature, when Faso is supposed to be the big, strong terrestrial creature. Fasotherium is 1 speed faster than Megabore. Interesting. They should swap Giga HP with Rex. Restat for Fasotherium bad. Did they restat Fasotherium? When did they do that? Or are they going to? It's fine as it is. Trying to look. I gave up 3 days before the movie event ended. I wanted to get Movie Berry Nut, but I thought it wasn't worth it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could probably find it for cheap. They send some work in progress stats. 1-8 with 180 damage for Paso, bro. This is my thing. My thing. Let me pull up the Discord again. I can go to the very top of Evanus' restats. So I posted this in the stat server. I posted to change Evanus' health from 1,600 to 143, 15 armor, 2.5 bleed, 1.5 bite cooldown. I just wanted the bite cooldown to stay the same. I don't think that's right though. I think it's 1.2, and then the growth rate, bring it back up to 1.5. I preferred when all the hybrids had the exact same growth rate. And then we did a lot of talking. Some of the people in the stat server were kind of rude. I'm not gonna lie. That's okay though. But I did some calculations. And so I compared, because people like to tell me sometimes, they like to be like, oh, well, current Evanus is better than 2018. 2018 Evanus is weaker than current Evanus, and that's just wrong. That's just incorrect. That is just absolutely incorrect. And we did some talking, and Albino Terror, it's currently, compared to its 2018 counterpart, got a, what was it, like 35 damage buff. Megavore got like a 20 damage buff, and Evanus is exactly where it used to be. This is technically around where it used to be when it was 288. And you know, and I said I'm not asking for 2018 Evanus. I want more health in exchange for bleed. I want it to be better than that. And some people were kind of rude. But that's okay. It happens. I suggested D-Rex customs because of upcoming nerfs, and a good amount of people liked it. Custom stats for D-Rex? I don't know, maybe. Wouldn't be completely opposed to it. But I just want Evanus to be able to stand on its own, man. I don't feel like it can stand on its own against other people, against other creatures. There's just baby Evanus right there. I didn't want Evanus to get a remodel too. The feet on Evanus are disgusting. Those feet are so blocky and annoying. It needs a remodel. It doesn't necessarily need a remodel, but it needs some like model edits, like changing the feet and changing the tail. Not even like the entire tail, just like the middle piece where it's like segmented like that. No, that's wrong. Just certain bits of it need to be changed and go back. Hands need to be changed. The hands are kind of mid. The arm shape is kind of boxy. So, oh my god, I need more water. I need there to be water up here, dude. Evanus needs to be good. I want Evanus to be good. I want Evanus to be like able to stand on its own, which is like, I feel like that's not that much to ask for, and it has nothing to do with its price. It has nothing to do with price, because at the end of the day, the argument is the price does not dictate how good something. And that's fair. I agree with that. However, this thing should not be better than Evanus, especially not this thing. This thing should not be able to beat Evanus. Kaiju Jellyixis should not be able to beat Evanus. That's ridiculous. This thing's a flyer. It's a flyer, and it's added after, and it's smaller. And those restats are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because people, what people aren't taking account into is like, yeah, on base flight, yeah, sure, Evanus will outglide you. But whenever you dive bomb, Evanus may not be able to outrun you. And you can't escape in the water, you can't go anywhere. All you got to do as Evanus is die. Look, currently right now, 28 speed. And, if you're just flying normally, you're not going to catch Evanus. But if you dive bomb, it doesn't take that much to get up to near Evanus' speed. And if you can dive bomb from the sky, yeah, good luck. Because, look at that, 150 speed. And it stays a good amount of speed for a long while. And also, this thing can swim. And it's like, why does this thing need 1.5k HP? That genuinely doesn't make any sense to me, why this thing would ever need. And they want to change it from 15 defense to 30. 30 defense. 30? Are you serious? And they want to give it more bleed. And like I said, this is not just anything. This is in the stat server. These aren't set in stone, obviously. But like, look. 1525. Why? Why? Why do you need that? Why does it need that? And then this would not be 20. It would be 15 to 30. Doubling its defense. Doubling its defense. Losing 15 damage. This is what I mean. Every time Jellyixis gets a stat change, like, it's not that crazy. Right? Jellyixis initially, whenever it was released, did not have a bleed. It didn't have any bleed, right? And then one bleed got added. It lost 100 HP because I think it was at 1.2k. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. It was at 1.2k when one bleed was added. And then they reverted it and they brought it health back up. Evanus gained 2 bleed. Right now it's at 4.25 because 4.25 is equivalent to 2 bleed and in the classic sense of 2 bleed. Pretty much. I did some calculations. Let me pull up the numbers. I'm gonna pull them up away from here so that you guys can't see my Discord. Let me see. I have it written down. So I did some number crunching, and I compared bleed for the old bleed. One bleed did about 45 damage worth of damage, and then new bleed does 10 damage per bleed. So I think it was, what was it? Yeah, 3.6 bleed is equivalent to 1 bleed in the classic sense. So classic bleed, old bleed is 3.6 bleed is what it is. I did some testing and I think like 2.5 bleed is like makes to where Evanus stands a little bit more of a chance against the other hybrids, but it's not overbearing. And then now they want to go out and give Albino Terror 2 bleed for some reason. Like, I don't understand why this needs to go from 1 to 2. Even, look, because what they're proposing is 2.1. And then they're proposing, not 21, sorry, 2. And they want to do 1925. And then 185 right here. And it's just like, and then they want to keep this the same. This the same. I don't understand. Bleed doesn't work on NPCs anymore? I actually don't know. I'm hoping for a Plumie and Lumi remodel this Black Friday would be really cool. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. And nobody ever uses Plumie or Lumi. Like, I haven't seen Plumies or Lumis, like, anywhere anymore, dude. Like, they are just not around. There was, somebody was talking in a public server, and this is why I'm willing to talk about it. One of the developers was talking about Zombie Evanus. And how that they wanted to change it. They wanted to remodel it. So zombie being cool would be awesome. Can I try movie stego range? I can. What should I try it against? That's the question. I know some of the stuff was supposed to be really good. I don't remember exactly what was really good. But I do have movie stego. Small Megavore damage buff. Damage buff or range buff, honestly. Let's see. I can test it against... if no one's over here, I can only test it really against Evanus. Oh, you want to test it against Stego? Alright. I don't know how good regular Stego's range is. Alright. Okay, let me back up a little bit. I moved up a little too far. Oh, there we go. So I can hit you from 56 meters away. Okay, well, it's not incredibly insane, it seems like. It's like a slight... Yeah, it's just slightly better. Movie Stego outranged Malu before the update. I don't know about now, though. Did they nerf Movie Stego? I'm shocked if Movie Stego's that good. But honestly, I'd be here for it, because I genuinely, like, I feel like a lot of times it just boils down to hybrids being the best. I enjoy it whenever, like, random things are good. I've been playing game for the longest time, but how does defense work? Well, defense has changed over the years. Right now, defense subtracts a certain amount of damage from whenever you bite. Back in the day, it used to be you wouldn't do a certain amount of damage past, like, so let's say since I do 140 and I have 25 defense, I would only do like 115 damage, I think. No, what am I saying? No, yeah, 115. Hold on. I'm just gonna bite you real quick, just for an example. So that did 28 defense, and I did 112, and that's because you know, the defense. It used to be whenever you AoE'd, defense wouldn't mean anything. So it just subtracts a certain amount of damage. So this is damage reduction, essentially. That's all it is. That explanation was like way worse than it should have been. Oh, this server filled up. In my opinion, Davey should do 150 damage, have 1.6k, and 1.25 attack rate. Well, I think 143 is fine. 143 makes Turk and bleed pretty much everything in the game. And then 1.6, I agree. I don't know, what is its attack rate right now? It's 1.5, so that would be like an overall buff. That'd actually, I think that would make it too strong, especially if you didn't bring down the bleed. I love Evanus, but I don't want it to be overpowered. So 1600 HP, 143 damage, and then 2.5 bleed, maybe even 2.8. I tested 2.8. 2.8 is a little too strong, but 2.5 is fine, and then you don't have to touch anything else. Stat team nerfing Vanera for the 3rd time. Why are they nerfing Vanera? Is Vanera that crazy? Like I said, I might take us into my private server so I can change some of the stats around and so we can start looking at stuff. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's go to my private server. Let me pull up my private server. That way I can edit a bunch of the stats. And then we can look at restatting things. Okay. Roblox would load. My Roblox is being dumb. Fair enough, but when I see Mastodon with 145 damage with 1.5 3 attack rate and 5 bleed. I guess it seems unbalanced. Yeah, I guess. Mastodon. The only thing is Mastodon also has 1.3k HP. Oh, wow. But it's got 5 defense. And nobody really uses it. Is Trained Mastodon not have different stats? Okay, no, it does. Okay. Yeah, nobody really uses base Mastodon. That's the thing. Well, I've seen it a few times in wars. Like, it is pretty strong. But like, it's been used in wars, but it's not crazy insane. And Evanus can glide, which isn't super crazy, but it makes it towards better than, like, nothing. Okay, my private servers aren't even loading. I can't even test it. Wow, that's awesome. Private servers aren't even loading for me. It bleeds Rex, as I remember. That would, yeah, that makes sense. It's got 145 damage. 145 damage is gonna make it where you can bleed pretty much everything. Around Faso. Faso's the cutoff, I think. I don't know if it bleeds sauropods. But Mastodon's pretty strong. I know some people are, like, suggesting trike buffs. That's crazy. 160 is kind of crazy. I know Movie Bracky had some pretty good range, actually, surprisingly. Last time we did some testing. Spawn was pretty right. Imagine D-Rex. Imagine D-Rex in-game says if they used helicopter for scale. Yeah, D-Rex is pretty massive already. Like, it's... That's why... Like... I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, I think it's bigger than Faso by, like, a large margin, actually. So if they don't, like, change the stats or make it to where its range is big, it's just gonna kind of fall into obscurity. How can you user spawn? How can you use spawn? You had to be here during the Easter event to get it. What do you mean? It's already 3 times bigger than Facile Ethereum? Is it really? Dang. Yeah. It is really big. So. Yeah. It needs something else. Because if it doesn't range better than Faso, it's not going to get used. I'm fine with it being the best Faso skin personally. Because, I mean, nobody uses regular Faso as it currently... Like, it doesn't feel like I ever see it. Last time I did a VIP test, I gave 1.7k HP, 15 armor, 120 damage, 2.5 bleed, 1.2 attack speed, and did pretty well. But if it still works as the same as it was a month ago. See, I wouldn't want the damage to be down to 120. 120 is like, that sucks. Like, that's a sucky amount of damage in my eyes. Should I save up my DNA to try and get D-Rex from a trade? I don't know how expensive D-Rex is. D-Rex has probably jumped up in price since the end of the event. Since it's gone limited. Let's see. What's the price? Distorted King. Yeah, it's jumped up to 85 now. It was at 60, now it's at 85. I'm thinking about making a trading video to talk about like DNA trading and how that would work. I traded away my Spinosaurus for a movie trike. Oof. Hey man, it happens. You just gotta bounce back. I mean, I traded a 800k for someone for free like a few days ago. I accidentally gave him 800k DNA for free. So it happens to the best of us. Trust me. You just gotta keep going. D-Rex Rise is insane, yeah, but I've seen someone pull Magnus with it. Well, if it keeps getting nerfed, I feel like it might even drop, honestly. If it keeps getting nerfed over and over again. If it becomes to where it's not stronger than regular Faso, if there's no reason to use it besides the fact that it's D-Rex, then I could very well easily see it becoming kind of fading into obscurity, because that kind of happens sometimes. FCast Rex, can I join you, please? Yes, anybody can join me. Also, what's up? Godzilla is the best. Do you think the 25 movie skins are gonna shot up in value? They can. It really depends. I feel like they're gonna be worth more than they were at the very end of the event because everybody had them. So they're gonna go up in value a decent amount, but it depends on their ranges and how good they are at PvP, how good the playables at PvP, and how good they are at PvP. If its skin is meta, it's gonna shoot up a lot. But if it's not meta, but it's just a cool skin, it'll probably be worth, think like the Greek event skins or the Easter event skins. If they're not that good, you know, beyond being a rare skin, they're not really going to be too crazy. I think the highest they were was like 14. Want to test Giga range? Sure. What should we test against? I think Albino's a good base testing to test things against. What's your favorite skin in the movie event? That's a good question. I remember somebody asked me that. I had an answer. I forgot what it was. I like Pyroraptor, surprisingly. I think Pyroraptor, like, the model's kind of iffy, but I just think it's interesting how they let it swim and everything. I thought that was cool. Alright. So probably maybe be able to hit you from here. Yep. Oh, wow. We can already hit each other from here. So one of us might need to back up. Also, movie gig is big. Holy crap. I didn't realize that. Let me move like back here. You also got to remember that this is regular albino terror. You're watching my stream right now? Well, I appreciate the support. My customs for D-Rex is 170 damage, 278 HP, 3 cooldown, 2 to 3 bleed, 919 speed. 2 to 3 bleed with 170 damage? That's insane. And that much HP. That's practically like a sauropod. Okay, let me pull up Malu. That'll be a real tester. That's a little up there, man. I'm gonna be honest. That's a little up there. Even with a cooldown of 3, that's like, it's a lot. Yeah, I know. I know they want to buff. I'm gonna just do this. I keep forgetting how to spell it. Yeah, it's a matriarch. Yeah, 3 bleeds a little. Oh, brain Ethereum because it's a baby juvie model. Alright. It's brachy-sized, that's why its HP is that much. I guess that makes sense. If they buff Terra stats, why is nerf its range? Yeah, no. The albino stands will not stand for an albino nerf in any way, shape, or form. Albino Terra just needs to stay how it is and not get touched. That's what needs to happen. This needs to stay. This is very strong, and it is used everywhere. Albino Terra is always used, which is fine because it's a very popular hybrid, but it needs to not, you know, be buffed. There's no reason to buff it. Okay. "2019 to 2020 was notorious for having negative range, but once it's on you, it's basically over." Face tank? I don't know. Spinosaurus needs a little range buff. Spinosaurus, I don't know. Spinosaurus already does a lot of damage. Kaiju Spinosaurus is kind of crazy. What even happened to Malu's roar effect? What do you mean? Its roar effect? It had an effect when it roared. If you're asking why you can't hear it, it's because I have the volume off, because the combat music is copyrighted. I'm gonna hop off stream for dinner, might be back later, enjoy. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, Chaos Spino from the last I checked was pretty good. I don't know if they nerfed Chaos Spino. Kaiju Spinosaurus, or yeah, Spinosaurus might be the best skin after they fix its walking issue. I don't think they're going to fix the walking issue. Oh, but why did Malu get a weird new sleep animation? Is it bugged or intentional? I don't know why Malu sleeps like this. That might be purposeful, that it sleeps standing up. That might be like its whole thing. I don't know though. Because it doesn't, it's moving, I think. Also, Jay, there's a new Dino game coming out this year called Dino Mania. Do you think you can make a video on it? Devs will give you a tester access if you have 500. Dino Mania, is it a Roblox game? I'm really up in the air with doing testing for especially Roblox games, because some of the developers that get that are like part of those new Dinosaur games are like copy game people and are kind of sometimes bad apples. So I'm very iffy on doing testing for games, especially if I see like bad people. Dino Mania isn't worth. Yeah. And if it has a blocky style, I'm less likely, just because blocky style Dino games are just, they're not gonna be a hit. That's just how it is. Blocky Dino games just don't work on Roblox. People don't want to play them, because if they can play a game where the dinosaurs have good models and are realistic, then they'll play those instead. It doesn't matter how good your coding or anything like that is. It's just the style of blockiness just is off-putting to people. Kaiju Giraffe, even the base one right now is really good from last testing I did. It was made by the guy who made Prehistory. Experiences. What's Prehistory? Oh, interesting. There's only 9 people on Prehistory. When did Prehistory come out? 2021. The game that blew up. I never really played Prehistory. It looks like if it's same kind of modeling style, it's gonna have to fight with Prior Extinction for players. Ooh, oh my god, Prior Extinction's not doing well. Wow. Yes, Denomania does have a blocky style. Oh, yeah. Jurassic Blockies has been getting away with it, surprisingly. But for the most part, but that's also because Jurassic Blockies like models are pretty like they're still like realistic enough looking, and their frequent updates in the combat's fun, I guess, for people. But unless it's really hard in my eyes from all the dinosaur blocking games, you really got to make yourself different. There is abilities, but it's not complicated. Yeah. It's up in the air whether I'd do a video on something like that. I've had plenty of people approach me about doing video on games, and I've like looked at a lot of them, and a lot of them I'm just like, like it's up in the air whether I'd do something like that, because I haven't even made videos on DS enough. Yeah, I appreciate the information. Paleo is a fine dude, but the decision to make made for Dinomania isn't good since the ending of Prehistory was too early. Movie Spawn was oversized. It's like 2 times bigger than Chaos. Well, Movie Spawn was supposed to be ginormous. Even then, as a blocky Dino game, you can still fall just like DA. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's, a lot of times it's just like most dinosaur blocky games just aren't gonna make it. I don't know if Moododon is the best skin. Let me see. Let me get Ripper. And I'll give Moododon. Well, look at Soria. Soria had potential. But Soria went in, just Maple stopped developing it for the most part. Maple's been too busy. I'm not saying that it's not impossible for it to succeed. You just have to make yourself different, because there's so many games in that market already. I'm not saying that it can't succeed, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody who would be like working on that game. I'm not like calling them out or anything. I'm just saying that they're gonna have to do something different if they really want it to be different. If they really want, you know, their audience and whatnot. Soria is still being developed. I'm aware of that. But my point of Soria is that it's been being developed for several years now. Let's go Ripper versus Moododon. I don't actually know which should be better. Moododon's really small compared to Ripper. After like 23 or 22 attempts, I never got Moododon. I got Moododon after like the 12th. I like Dev added blue in the game. Yeah. I'm kind of sad that Velociraptor isn't like it's unplayable. Okay, we both hit each other. Oh. Well, I think that answers your question. Let me back up a little bit so I can still hit. Okay. So it seems to be from like 43 meters away. Alright. It's like a little bit, but Moododon is slightly better than Ripper. I always think Jurassic Blocky got away with because they made their kind of block models look more realistic. Yeah, their blocky models are more realistic. Yeah, that's true. It's just the dinosaur market, especially after the Jurassic movies came out, kind of got super saturated. I mean, the blocky model market got saturated after DA. After DA came out, everyone was like, "Oh wait, you can do blocky models and still get an audience," and then they started exploding everywhere. I'm cooking so hard with some of the concepts I'm drawing right now, such as Star Destroyer, Megavore, Grizzly Spino, that I hope somehow they get noticed by one of the DS devs. Well, if you post them in my server, you know, it's very possible that you could get noticed by the development team. Because Star Blameson's in there. I know that, what's her face? Pitch is in there. Lexa's in my server. You know, a lot of people are in the servers. And if you posted it in UG, I think you could do it in UG fan art and get away with it. I luckily got everything for the movie event. Barely. It was hard. That movie event almost burned me out. I was thinking of doing like a end of event review where I like review over the event and like talk about what I think about it, because I think the event was like really good. It's just, man, it was so expensive, especially if you didn't farm, because I didn't farm before the event, you know, so I came in with like 40k DNA in my inventory, and so I had to farm the entire event all the time, and it was a huge headache. It almost burned me out from DS, honest to God. Yeah, there's a lot of really talented artists in my community, as well as in UG as a whole. The movie event. Hopefully, I got approached by somebody. They're wanting to make like a suggestion video I'm trying to get more people to give suggestions for like updates in DS, like quality of life changes and stuff like that. And I might make a video posting about asking people for like suggestions and just posting some of my own, so that we can get more changes into DS. Like one of the changes I want is in roleplay servers, there's no like flight limit. So what I mean by flight limit is whenever you go like this and then you swing up, you like slow down, right? But instead of doing that, you know, instead of slowing down randomly, you would just keep flying at that speed whenever, like similar to how flight was changed when it was initially added, when free flight was initially added in April. There was no flight limit, but now there's a flight limit. So also I love the climbing animations. They actually have like side to side climbing animations, up and down climbing animations. Someone wanted Mudodon to fly, which I'm like up in the air about that one. New Carno have not Dino Eye? What? Let's be honest, Dark Marine Power needs a remodel ASAP. There was Bellasaur, I think, was making a concept for a remodel for it, but they just never came to fruition. The ones I need is D-Rex, Mudodon, Movie Moza, Movie Spinosaurus, and Malu. Dude, Movie Spinosaurus was actually really easy to get. I wish herbivores got the ability to track which plants are edible and which plants aren't as acute quality of life, and maybe seasons come back as well, so herbivores aren't as OP as they are. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if we got seasons back. Or not even, we don't even necessarily need seasons, but like rotational seasons. So like the region, like the trees in certain regions would be edible and not edible. It's like you can make it to where the region bonus trees are edible. Gives a reason for the herbivores to go over there. You accidentally menued after 54 minutes. Ooh. The only thing is like herbivores are strong. But carnivores can also heal too. All you gotta do is press X and you can eat your own egg. I wonder if my private servers are up yet. So we can test some stats. Nope, still unable to load servers. Alright. Poisonous plants could be a cool addition. Just random plants that are poisonous. That would really suck during a war if you're like trying to eat and you're like, damn, I just ate a poison plants. And now I'm stuck in combat and now they're coming to get me and now I'm dead. Are they even updating today? No, not that I know of. I think they might give it like a week or two until they update again, just so that they can have like a break. They have the whale skins right now. I don't know if anyone's seen the whale skins or like people in the community have seen the whale skins. Let me pull up. Look at the Discord. So you got all the new whale skins. As far as I know, these are official. You get all these ichthyosaurs. I don't know why Jackalopteryx is getting a remodel. Genuinely have no idea why they Jackalopteryx got a remodel. But I mean, it's whatever. I'm glad Ichthyosaur is getting a remodel though. So be excited for new whale stuff coming out. And I think they had Leviathan. Leviathan was something that was coming at some point soon-ish. So keep your eyes out for that. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. See? And there's also Sir Blamington working on Rex. It's cool to see, like, it being a baleen whale. Yep, there's Leviathan. Right there. I don't know if Leviathan's coming to the game. I think all these things are. So I don't like the Heliocopteran remodel they did. Oh, there you go. There's the whales. What's wrong with the Heliocopteran remodel? You also have the vintage Heliocopteran. Whale that lived alongside Kark Mega. Yeah. Leviathan. There's also an arc mod for it. Okay, I need to feed my Evanus. Like in like a roleplay server, it'd be so nice if I could like drop down like I just did, but like go flying really far across the map, just like not slow down. How much DNA is that gonna be? I would assume like 10k probably, if I had to guess. 10 to 15k, probably. If it's just a playable, 10k probably. That's usually like their, I'd say 5 to 10k. But if it's a skin, it could be way higher than that. I hope not more than 50k. Base playables don't really go past 10k, and I don't think they ever should. I like the fact that most playables are pretty affordable beyond hybrids. I feel like Volunteer is going to be such a menace after he gets and the not deserved unnecessary all stat buff. Yeah, I don't know. I that kind of made me mad. And if that just come to fruition, I'm gonna make a video about it, and that's why I started the stream, is so that we could talk about those stat changes, because those stat changes are ridiculous. No, there's no need. I think the problem is with the stat server, it's a really good idea. The problem is not everybody's in the stat server, so eventually it just becomes an echo chamber of yes men telling each other that they want certain stats, which that's not meant to be an insult. I'm not trying to insult the stat team, because everybody knows that rebalancing creatures in a game like the Dinosaur Simulator is really hard, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's not, because it absolutely is. But I feel like a lot of times they kind of just are doing stuff because it's based on what they like and dislike, instead of it being based on, you know, what it should be. Name me one time Terra wasn't top 10 creatures of rebalance. There was a few times that it was pretty bad. And like, I'm trying to think. I can't think of the exact years, but I know it's not been in the top 10 before. I agree, there's likely some bias involved. Oh, absolutely. There's no reason that Kaiju Jelly needs 1.5k HP. That literally makes no sense. In no world does that make sense. There's no world in my mind that Kaiju Jelly should have that much health. It doesn't make sense. And genuinely, there's no reason Evanus should have ever dropped down below 1600 HP. The problem is, every time with Evanus, and I know I'll keep on going on about Evanus until the day I die, and it's gonna piss people off, and that's okay. I'm fine with upsetting people. Evanus, like every update since its release, has been on. It's been a fight to keep Evanus from being terrible. It has been an absolute nightmare fight to keep this thing from being terrible. I've posted several videos. I've had to fight with stat team. I've had to fight with a lot of people in the community to keep this thing good. And every time I stop talking about it, and every time I go on a hiatus, or I get too busy, all of a sudden Evanus is bad again. It has happened multiple times. And I'm not saying Evanus is necessarily bad right now. I just don't think it's in a great state, in my opinion, because it can't defend itself. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I'm saying it can't defend itself really against meaningful creatures that everybody uses. Because sure, I can fight against, a Utah, something that people don't use. But if we're talking about going into wars, or if we're talking about, general playables that are strong, Evanus, anything in comparable size to Apex is kind of, struggles against. And I get the whole thing about it having 32 glide speed. I get that. That's fair. Except for Evanus is a pursuit predator. It's supposed to catch up. That's why it's faster. It's because it's catching up. If they buffed it, it would be too good for cozying. I don't want it to be too insane. I want 1600 HP, 2.5 bleed. That's what I want. So it's gonna be weaker bleed in exchange for health. I want 200 health back. That's all I'm asking for in exchange for 2 bleed. And I tested 2 bleed. It's still pretty good with 2 bleed, but it's not overbearing. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I said 1.6k HP and then subtracting 2.5, or making it 2.5 bleed. Because right now it's at 4.25 bleed. So I'm taking off 2 bleed from it pretty much. And 1.6k is less than it had whenever it was as balanced as it could be. And the only reason why you would keep its damage is so that it could maintain bleeding facile Ethereum. But you get jumped by Evanus. Or not, sorry, you don't get jumped by, you get jumped by like flyers and stuff like that. That will just dive bomb you. Because like if you get attacked by flyers that have 1.5k HP, you can kind of AoE them. But doing this continuously is not super powerful. Like people like to argue that Evanus is insane. This is how you glide up reasonably quickly, is doing this. It's not the most graceful thing. It does get you height, don't get me wrong. But flyers can just kind of fly up. Evanus, yes, is 200k. At this point, COS stats in PvP are better. Well, COS also has a larger staff team. And I don't know, if you talk to the COS players, I don't think that's true. I think there's a big problem with COS stats right now, especially with their really large creatures. People have said that there's a major problem, and there's a lot of useless playables. COS is essentially funded by Roblox. Well, I mean, it's a super massive game. So, I mean, I don't know what you expect. Zombie AV remodeler is coming, I think. Yeah, there was a developer talking about it. I hope the developer can do Evanus right, though. I hope whoever the developer is will not make it, you know, blocky. I'm so tired of remodels coming out blocky. Mutodon is a great model. This is a great model. Genuinely amazing model. Megavore, great model. Kaiju, Jellyixis, great model. Base Evanus, not so great. But that was because it was at the beginning of whenever DS was getting remodeled everywhere. And that's fine. It's not, I'm not insulting anyone on the development team. It's just, you know, as time goes on, things get worse. Also, I want to talk about this. While I agree the price shouldn't play an important factor in a playable strengths, as Terra is basically one-tapping Rex on price alone is insane. But with the hybrids, it should play a small factor between them, as why on earth is Jellyixis so good and yet AV so bad? Because Jellyixis is favored by the community. People love Jellyixis because Blamison cooked so hard. Jellyixis is great conceptually. It's a super awesome creature. The speculative biology of it is just so awesome. And I mean it's got Hitachi, what is it? Hitachi? No, that's the type of like blender or something. Whatever that thing's called, the kaiju from Pacific Rim, which is genuinely just so awesome. It's just, and people are still scarred from 2018 that they hate Evanus. They hate it because they got all their stuff closed in 2018 by Evanus, so they just have a burning hatred for it. Damn. And you're like the only one that likes Avian, that's why they nerfed it. Yeah, the Evanus people who like Evanus are kind of few and far between. That's true. I won't disagree with that. I still don't think that that should negate it being good. There was a time when Evanus was very balanced. It was prior to Jellyixis, and it was prior to the other three hybrids, and then all the other hybrids got brought in, and then they just kind of stomped Evanus' identity out of existence. Because I think people forget that Evanus is still a large theropod. A very large theropod, actually. It's the size of a T-Rex. It is, it is 16 to 20 feet tall. It is a giant theropod that happens to glide. It is still very big. I like AV, but it's not my most favorite. Hybrid Megavores peak, but genuinely it gets crapped on left and right. No, yeah, Evanus gets absolutely slapped silly by his stat team. Always. All the movie skins look good. Oh yeah, the movie skins are great. All of them are super awesome. Fesso height in description is 14.5 meters, but in game it's not even close to that. Yeah, Fesso feels kind of small. I'm not gonna lie. Also, 14 meters? Oh, that might be a typo. Faster and AV need more love. Evanus needs a galactic skin. All the hybrids need galactic skins. Faso needs a skin besides D-Rex, because as it currently stands, people, if D-Rex isn't the best Faso skin and Faso isn't OP, people aren't going to use Faso. And Evanus needs to have more health. More health, less bleed. Nightcrawler, Facilitherium incoming. Yeah, I wanted the antler one as well, the one with the antler. I don't know if that's the Nightcrawler, Facilitherium. We need a new galactic egg. I agree. I would love a new galactic egg. I already gave, I already tossed my concepts up, and I gave permission to the Untouched Games to use my, not Kaiju, my Galactic Spino and Galactic Evanus concepts. I know some of the developers like my Galactic Spino concept, so, and I gave them 100% permission to use it. And I agree, AV should at least be able to go toe-to-toe with Terran Titan. As you can tell from its realistic standpoint, if an animal was built like AV existed and could glide, it does have the force of and weight to topple a Rex easily. AV is kind of limited to its concept. They can't really stray away from the concept because it was made by someone off the dev team, since the concept is somewhat... Okay, but that's wrong, Morph. And the reason why I'm telling you that's wrong is because Evanus is supposed to be the size of Albino Terror. It's supposed to be the same size as Albino Terror, but it's not. Evanus is smaller than Albino Terror. And let me show you a comparison. In the concept, on the concept page, Evanus was supposed to be similar in size to Albino Terror. But it's not. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, this is Mutadon, but I think Mutadon's a little bit smaller than Evanus. But like, even, I mean, that's insane. You get. Like, take a look at this. These creatures are supposed to be the same size. They're supposed to be the same size. On the concept page, they're not the same size. They can always make Albino Terror, can't they? But that's the thing. They made Evanus smaller, right? They made Albino Terror bigger and made Albino Terror and made Evanus smaller. So They have swayed away from the concept very far. So they don't have to follow the concept necessarily. And yeah. And the identity of Evanus kind of changes it kind of changes just to fit however they feel like it fitting. Like I'm trying not to be mean. I truly am trying not to be mean. But it's really annoying when I have to constantly fight the stat team in order to get Evanus to have good health. It gets on my nerves. Because, you know, I can't really fly around and play as my favorite playable in public servers without the fear of being coast. There have been some times when I've been able to. Right now is not one of those times, though. They'll keep it to a certain extent, but you know, stat wise, they're not gonna really change it because they're not you know they don't have to change it. There have been even people talking about Evanus should have 1.3 or 1.2 KHP. Like there have been talks of even lower than it already is, despite the fact of it joining the game at 1.710. 1710 was his HP when it was first added. And then they just absolutely took a crap on it. They went to 1405. Then they brought it back up to 1708. And then they went to 1735. And they went to 1515. And they went to 1525. And then they came down to 1425. AB health should not go lower than 1600. Exactly. That's my thing. 1600 to me feels like a good line, right? Right, because Albino Terra has 1.8 HP. Megavore has 2.1. Faso has 2.3. Alamitas has 1.6. And then Evanica should also have 1.6. Because Alamitas is a flyer, right? And, you know, the whole light bone argument, right, doesn't make any sense. I disagree with Morph, to be honest. That person that designed Evanus has agreed that AV would be probably, filled a niche and UG wants it. They probably designed it as based on... Yeah, no. UG owns Evanus. Once it was added to the game, I'm pretty sure all rights reserved for Unhatched games. I can't really speak. I don't know the legality of it, but Unhatched games would own something if it was added to the game. I'm kind of scared to play on public servers alone because almost every server there's a huge group of cozers that target people everywhere. Pack limit is needed. I don't know about pack limits because you don't want to stop people from playing with friends, but maybe like a war map, honestly. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking people are always asking for DNA for kills. And I have been strictly against that for the longest time because I'm like, it will cause cozers. However, if there is a specific map that you got DNA from killing, that there is a maximum amount of DNA that you could gain from doing that, right, and it was specifically in a war map, right, then I'd be like that. I feel like at that point it would be cool. If it was a specific war map that, that you got DNA from killing, and it was only that map. It wouldn't, you go back into the base map, you're not getting DNA for killing. It's just that map. Because then that would give the clans, you go into that map to fight. So, if you want to be in the base map and coz, I'm going to make fun of you if there's a war map where you can go and actually fight people who want to fight instead of just survive. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, there'd be a reason to go to the war map besides just, warring. And that's the thing. We also still have, we have offline growth. So you grow offline. So you can go into those war maps, grow, right? And have a bunch of playables to play around with and war with. Wasn't there a concept for 1v1 system? There was. It was the PvP system, which was interesting. The ranked Dinosaur Simulator ranked was a concept. There hasn't really been anything said about it recently. I know some of the other content creators have like asked about it, but beyond that, you know. DNA for killing is bad. Game would just be like Jurassic Blocky or Kaiju Universe. Okay, okay. Hash. But what I'm saying is that a separate map, a separate DS map, where you get DNA for killing, with a cap, a maximum, right? There's a maximum to it, right? So it's a separate map. So when you go to menu and you click maps, there would be a war map. And that map would be for warring, right? You'd get DNA from that map. You'd get DNA from killing on that map. And you can make it to where you don't get DNA from just regularly playing, so people aren't just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, I'm not saying put it into the base game. That is not what I'm saying. I'm well aware of the consequences of something like that. I want to see my baby cousin. What did I miss? We were just talking about a war map, a DS war map. A realism server would also be nice. Yeah. The problem is people like try to host realism, like Seymour, Kitten Seymour tries to host realism, and it just doesn't really work. I do think more roleplay settings would be nice. Like, there's some of those roleplay games that give you like a setting, like a little box over here that give you like access to like all the animations. Because you know how you can like, you'd have to sit here and wait for specific animations to play in roleplay servers, right? So that some people would actually use roleplay servers to roleplay. Fun fact, Kaiju Spinosaurus remodel was canceled. Oh, it happens. I mean, Kaiju Spinosaurus remodel was canceled, from what we know. It shouldn't be Kaiju Spinosaurus though. Or not Spinosaurus, Kaiju Spinosaurus. Yep. Spinosaurus doesn't need any more skins. I'm gonna outright say that right now. Spinosaurus does not need a single new skin. I'm so sick of Spinosaurus getting skins. It's, don't get me wrong, it's a funny creature, and it's a cool creature, right? But it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 skins. 4 skins, right? 4 skins. And it's like in the like it doesn't make sense. Like look at all the other stuff around it. And I don't count throwbacks as skins. Oh, that guy got a good amount of skins. There's a lot of, like, where is it? Where is it? Something like even far back here. What, does Corey have a skin? I don't remember if Corey ever got a skin. Nope, Corey still doesn't have a skin. Which is crazy. It's crazy that Corey doesn't have a skin. Where's the other one? I think it's Utrike. Salta have a skin? Salta does have a skin, okay. Utrike. Utrike doesn't have a skin. And then we get Spinosaurus, a limited playable that's not even a hybrid, getting 4 skins. It's crazy. Will they fix classic animations? That's up in the air, honestly. I wish different attack animations had different damage stats, like different side effects while attacking, maybe different cooldowns, hitbox as well. Who knows what DS would do with combat. I don't know. It's messing with combat in this game is a very dangerous idea because there's a lot of things that you could do wrong. I think it's a shame that the skins such as Barina Theorem and Pitch Black Terror don't have separate models as babies, despite the default skin having it. They did that with Dolly and Kjelio. Yeah, I don't know. Facile Ethereum, just it you know, it's not really favorited by the community, sadly. It was popular, but apparently, according to some people, it was rigged. It's a unique and much more skill based than other games. The randomness of attacks is what makes it more lively. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, messing around with DS's PvP system has been proven to be kind of iffy. Like adding poison to the game, adding like other stuff like that. Like I'm here for. It's just I'm really iffy about. I'm iffy about change in general with this game. Very iffy about it. I know change is good for the most part, but I'm iffy about him. One thing that I have been trying to suggest for a very long time is a stat rotation. So essentially what that would be is there would be three stat lists. There would be an A stat list, a B stat list, and a C stat list. A stat list would have theoretically let's just give a random example where hybrids are meta. So Alboniterra, Megavore, and Evanus are all back to their good stats, right? They're all good. They're all great. They're really strong, right? The trio is back again. It's alive. And they all have good range and whatnot. And that's the meta, right? Another one would be that hybrids are terrible, right? That would be B rotation. Hybrids are terrible, and there's not really reason to use them. And base playables are really the way to go. And yeah, it'd be like, let's say like herbivores. It'd be like, sauropods. Like think like Dominapado meta, Shant meta, something like that. And then C rotation would be like it's like a bunch of small creatures are really good. It's like the best things to play as are the really small creatures and they have really fast attack cooldowns, and it's hard to play as anything else besides those. And then right, every like month or 2 months or 3 months, however long, would be that each month the rotation changes, right? So they, whenever one of the updates come out, they have like a preset of the stat changes, and they just boom, they throw them in. And so that's the idea, is that every so often it's like, okay, well, we're on A rotation now, so this is the meta, right? We're on B rotation, so now this is the meta. We're on C rotation, so now this is the meta. So instead of it being that you're constantly sitting there being like, no, balance changes, this game sucks, stats are terrible, you're like, I just need to wait like another few weeks until stat B's come out, B stat comes out, and then boom, it's back to the meta that I like. Yeah, that's one of my ideas. Another one is to where making it to where scaling hitboxes, because if they can make it to where they can take the hitbox like Herdbox and make it to where each server is different, which sounds like kind of crazy, but there'd be like a randomizer. You'd have plus like 5 or 10 extra range, or minus 5 or 10 extra range, right, meters wise. And it would say next to the playable if it was -5, -10, or +5, +10. And that way every server you join, it's a little bit different. And you can kind of look at the menu and see, like, oh, hey, look, right now, Shant is +5. Or, it's +10. Or Alboniterra is -10, so it's not good. Something like that is also an idea to change the meta a little bit, make it to where it's not so, one way, and it's not just what one person wants, or because if you're trying to satisfy the entire community, you're going to satisfy absolutely nobody. So if you just kind of randomize it to where it's like you can pick and choose a little bit, if you're like, man, this server has a lot of things that I don't like this server has a lot of playables that have more range than I want them to, let me just move servers. So that's another idea for balancing. I have an April Fool's concept for AV where the base genome is baryonyx, because AV is part baryonyx, leading it to be semi-aquatic with around 60 oxygen while being able to glide slowly. That would be very interesting, making to where Evanus glides underwater. That's funny. I remember Diamondapado being absolutely broken. Sad I didn't play it much during that time. Yeah, I also remember when Diamondapado was so powerful. Oh, it was so much fun. I miss those days. At the time, I hated those stats, and it made me so angry. I was like, Diamondapado, I hate it. It's too good. But now that, it's been a few years, I'm like, man, I kind of miss those stats. 500 damage froststrike. See, you could totally do something like that. In one of the rotations, you'd be like real, because a lot of people ask for realistic game stats. So they'd be like, oh, well, let's give 500 damage Rex back, and that would be the B rotation. And as soon as I see that, I would stop playing the game for a few months. But I would be back in the next rotation when Evanus was good. So that's my idea. A third idea is that we get a bunch of the old maps back, right? And then, because a lot of times what happens is the old maps don't get updated, and that's why they don't get that's why they don't get added, is because they have to like update them, and then they're always behind, and it's a completely separate studio. My idea is to add the old maps, but keep them how they were whenever they were added, right? So think of like the last time that they were updated. Think about like 2018, you know, map, fall map, any of those maps. You have those maps added in, right? But just leave them and be like, these are all like just old stat maps, right? So you go to 2018 map, you get the 2018 stats. So you get 2018 Evanus, 2018 Albino, 2018 Megavore, and they could add in the other hybrids if they wanted to or not. Or like bring in fall map and everything like that, and just like bring those maps, but like have them like a time capsule, so you go back and you play those maps as what they are. Granted, the only problem with that is that it kind of separates the player base a little bit between maps, and that kind of like makes it where the game feels like it's a little less lively. So that's something against it. Like a rollback update map. Yeah, sure, something like that. Did you hear about the supposed addition of Leviathan? Yes, I did. We were talking about earlier when I was showing off some of the new stuff, some of the new whale skins. I did show off some of the stuff, and I did show off Leviathan's model. I missed the times when hybrids were actually rare, but there weren't 5 of them. And so it took a few months, 2019, to see Megawar. I do agree with you. I do miss whenever hybrids were rare. That was really nice. It was. I remember the day it changed. I was there the day that changed. Whenever the hybrids came back on sale on the fall map back in, I think it was either 2019 or 2021. I don't remember exactly. I think it was 2021. Whenever Zombie Evanus came out, I remember the day that happened. And you could just the difference between DS the day before and the day after was it was night and day. Okay, it was completely different than what it is now. No, but like literally, I had a Minotaur and Megavore, but it took me so long to get them, so long, and now you see them literally everywhere. Did I see the concept for Galterra remodel? It's so cool. I heard it was canceled, unfortunately. Yeah. So Galterra, from what I heard, was there was a model made, and then the model got leaked from the dev server, and so punishment for someone leaking it is that it didn't get added. And so that, yeah, don't be leaking stuff, otherwise it might not get added. So sucks, but I also prefer Galterra V3 personally. But you know. Yeah, hybrids don't feel unique anymore. 2.7 is almost C Mega HP and Movie Moza. For what? 2.8 HP, 1 bleed. Or for Alaga stats? Or for the alleged stats. Oh, I thought it said Alaga for some reason. Interesting. I have 3 of each hybrid, and that's how easy it is nowadays to get hybrids. Yeah, it's so different. Is 11k SDNA enough to get good stuff in the limited egg from Black Friday? Well, theoretically, if they make the SDNA egg 1k SDNA again, then you get, 11 chances to roll something good. But Chicken was talking about it to where he might want to change up the SDNA wheel and either make it like a shop or make it to where there's like different amount of things in it. He was talking about it a little while ago, so it's up in the air. Mutodon is good for trade because it's 100k to 150k D now. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was only that much. I found lost media of scrap models from Dinosaur. I've seen some lost media. Sora Poseidon was supposed to get a remodel prior to the one that Blamison made, there was a remodel for Sora Poseidon. Also, sauropod remodels are incoming. Yes, I can't wait for Gallimimus remodel. I know Blamison's doing that at some point. Did you see Arc Giga? Arc Giga. What about Arc Giga? There are more Lost Media scrapped models. I would love to do a video of Lost Media for Dinosaur Simulator. Also, I am dying of thirst. I just realized that. Geronimo! There's an Art Giga model for the next to the movie Giga model, but I doubt it was official. I would be cool. I don't know how Snail Games would react to Dinosaur Simulator. I don't know if Snail Games would try to come after Dinosaur Simulator, because Snail Games is an interesting company, to say the least. We need an ocean map where most of it's ocean. We need an ocean map. Also, I love the fact where you can walk on water. Let me say this right now. I'm not gonna claim anything of my idea, but there was multiple occasions where I talked about something being able to walk on the bottom of the water before they added this, being able to walk on the water. It was something that I talked about multiple times prior, but I'm not gonna sit here and claim and say it was my idea, because it's not. I'm sure somebody else. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought about it. But it is definitely something I wanted prior to it being added. I did a quick Google search. The Arc Dino designs are indeed copyrighted. They're copyrighted, that's true, but so is so is all the movie skins, technically. Especially Movie Spino, absolutely copyrighted. Absolutely copyrighted. It's a question of if Snail Games would come after Dinosaur Simulator, and you know, if it would even be worth it, you know, to take the risk, which it probably wouldn't be. And I would love to see more like it's not a collaboration. I'm sad it's not a collaboration, because I feel like Universal should do a collaboration with all the dinosaur games and give them like official stuff. I feel like that would be really cool. But I feel like more like theme stuff from like video games or like movies or stuff like that. Best AV skin. Best AV skin is base AV, or not base AV, classic AV. That's the best AV skin looks wise, because it has the owl feet. If that makes sense. Let me switch to Evanus, because some people might not notice it. There was some artistic liberty taken on the original Evanus model, which I like. I prefer the original Evanus model to the base one. The base one's nice. Like, it's the whole meme where it's like, this is nice, but I prefer this. I prefer classic Evanus. Granted, it partially because it's whenever I was playing. But if you look at the feet of Evanus, and I know that's kind of weird for me to ask you to look at feet, and they're like owl feet. And the reason why I say they're like owl feet is if you look at, like a barn owl, snow owl, something like that, right? Their claws make it to where like landing on the ground is like, it's cushioned, it's quieter. It's like, it's not even really anything but like speculative, like evolution type thing with me. I prefer Evanus' old feet to its new ones. I like these. I think they're interesting. They're very different to other theropods' feet. Other theropod feet. I'm so glad that YouTube doesn't have like an AI like description feature where it's like Dinosaur Incorporated is talking about dinosaur feet. Is Classic AB the same size as Albino? No. No. Classic AB is not the same size as Albino. Unfortunately, I never got to use Classic AB. I was always trying to trying to get it, but I didn't have time. How hard grinding was back then. Yeah. I got Evanus like really early on. I've had Evanus since it came out. Since like it came out, like Evanus was mine. So I've had this thing for years, actual years. Probably just landed into that. But yeah, I like Evanus' remodel's head. The remodel of Evanus' head, while it doesn't look very good from the front, neither does, well, I don't know. I don't know which one looks better from the front. But the feet, the sad thing is the feet on classic Evanus look better than the new feet. Like look at the difference. Like those feet versus the new one, it's just like it's strange. And the hands also. The hands of the old one are better than the new ones. So are the arms, kind of. Not the feathered wings, not really. The wings are really good on the new one. The head is really good on the new one. The crest is really good on the new one. The face overall is like amazing on the new one. It's a lot shorter, that's how it's supposed to be. The posture on the new one is kind of like, like I know that's how it is in the concept. It's more closer to the concept, but it's like very like, you know. When did you start falling in love in AV since it started? Yeah. Uh, as soon as I knew that it was like a fast hybrid, like, cause like the thing about me for the longest time is I love speed. Like any game that I play, I'm like, if there's a character that's like mobility, that's like my thing. Like I love mobility, I love fast creatures. Speed is every game that I play. I'm always like, what is the fastest thing I can have, and that's what I pick. And so Evanus was the fast hybrid. I was like, I love it. Oh, I'm kind of sad that we lost the canyon region over here. There was like a canyon region right there, and it was really awesome. I want there to be like a genuine, real canyon region, like an actual canyon region. I feel like that would be so cool. Sorry, this is random, but is D-Rex getting a nerf? I heard that D-Rex was getting another nerf. Hey, take a look at the art channel. Also, I'm probably gonna do some AV artwork as well. Dude, I would love to see some Evanus artwork. Evanus is one of my favorites. Dang, dude, you definitely like know theropod anatomy like nobody's business. I'll give you that. You know, so you're Neon, I'm assuming. That's which one. That's which you are. Yeah, D-Rex is getting a nerf. Hey, look, there's a Croc. I never see Croc around. That's surprising to see that. Also, about the thing about Evanus' glide, if you want to know how to continuously go, just angle yourself slightly up whenever gliding, and just make sure this number doesn't go down, and you'll glide up forever. Like right now, if you look at me, I'm aiming up. Like, as you can see, it's angled upwards, and I'm gliding. There's a certain angle you have to hit where you can just continuously go up. Croc is getting a buff. The unfortunate thing about any hybrid concepts look like chimeras, monsters, something out of scenario. Yeah, that's another reason why I love Evanus. Is because it doesn't look like a chimera. It looks like a singular creature. Like it's all well put together in my opinion. It doesn't look like a chimera. A lot of times hybrids look like chimeras, and I don't like them. 218 damage with 5.2k. Yeah. The problem with sauropods is there was a time whenever sauropods were balanced, and they're just not anymore. Like, there was a time whenever, like, you could use sauropods in wars, and it wasn't, like, looked down upon, because they were just normally, like, decent. Wish climbing was different. Climbing is not great. They need to fix the water over here. Because the water, there's still water right here. It's just you can't see it. Oh yeah, no, for sure. And definitely, it's definitely hard work. I can, yeah. Yeah. You're on, I'd honestly argue you're on par with Blamison with when it comes to art of theropods. That looks like some Blamison tier kind of stuff. I genuinely like if you took a shot at it, I like if you pulled up some cool concepts, you could easily, in my eyes, become part of the development team as a concept artist. If you had a lot of really good ideas, like I feel like you definitely could. The only thing is like concept artists only go so far because at the end of the day, the end all be all for the most part is modelers. So if you can model, you know, there you go. That'd be a good way to get into the dev team, is if you know how to model. You know how to model and have a good work ethic. That's how you get on the dev team. You want to be on the good side of the community, just make things that the community want. Add Megalosaurus and buff Torvo. Megalosaurus would be an interesting thing to add. Sarcosuchus got nerfed so much IRL? Really? What happened to Sarco? Did they shrink it? Starting to learn Blender pretty recently. Yeah, Blender's an interesting one. From 12 meters to and 8 tons to 10 meters and 5 tons. Dang, lost 2 whole meters, man. They should fix gliding upwards, and it removes the charm of gliding, in my opinion. I can see where you're coming from. My only thing is like, I feel like if you do that, you need to like be able to like dive down and like fly up like more easily, because like this doesn't really work that well. Going like this continuously doesn't really work that well. So going upwards kind of is really like your option. I used to model way back in 2018, 2019 on Roblox Studios and just now made switch up to Blender. Hey, if you already have experience with Roblox Studios, like, you can switch to Blender. It might take you a little while to, like, get up there, but I'm pretty sure that's what Sir Blamison did. And Blame's an excellent modeler. I mean, you can still model in Blender. Or in Roblox for DS. I think they still do some Roblox models. Also, average Sarco with new estimates is 3.5 tons. Dang. They did shrink that thing. But in my opinion, that's wrong because Dr. Pal Sereno was making life-size models and he would definitely realize if something was wrong. Well, we're always kind of getting stuff wrong on a consistent basis with dinosaurs. Dude, Blame's work for DS and paleontology is so... Dude, absolutely. I love Blame. Blame is my second favorite developer. And Blame... Dude, Blamison... I glaze the hell out of this guy. Blamison's going places. Blamison... I hope Blamison remembers Dinosaur Simulator when he's in Big Paleo, you know, 30 years from now. He'll look back and be like, man, like... The community in Dinosaur Simulator was terrible, but there were some good apples there, and I hope he remembers his time with us fondly, because that guy's going places. He's going to be a paleontologist, 110% chance that guy's going to be a paleontologist. That guy's got, like, the work ethic like nobody's business. I love Blame. Blame is amazing. And I will continue to glaze Blame until the end of time. Even if he's sometimes mean to me. It's complete... To be fair, it is completely justified anytime he's mean to me. And for all you who are wondering who my favorite developer is, it's Norsel. That's not a secret. That's my favorite. Will always be. Dinosaur was 13 meters and now and 12 tons to 11 meters and 6.6 tons. Dang! Oh my god, they're just downsizing those things. I genuinely haven't run around with a pack of babies in a long time. I never feel safe. I should honestly put us in a pack. Who's that? The Casual Demon and Nate Dog. Those are okay. There's that one. You're in the pack. Nate Dog. You're in the pack, and then Campbell. Where's that? I'll just glide. My bad, pimp. I was gonna do some restatting in my private server, but it didn't work out. They should give all starter dinos a remodel and overhaul the dino UI. I think it would kind of make the game more appealing. Yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of the starter playables do need a remodel. I know Trike and Rex are getting a remodel. And yeah, they need to update a lot of the pictures. Have you seen Reef Scalbero artwork he did? It wasn't even for DS, just fan art. No, I actually haven't seen Reef's stuff. Yow, Dino invite. Juju Raccoon. Sure, here you go. Wait, is that another Evanus flying over there? We have a pack of Evanus. Dude, genuinely, okay, look. I don't know how to make movies, but Evanus would have been 1,000 times cooler of a hybrid in the Jurassic World movies than Indominus Rex. Imagine a gliding theropod, right? Trying to hide from a gliding theropod in, like, the Jurassic World, you know, area. Like, insane. The King Crow? Let's see. Okay, I gotta, like, find... I need a search bar in here, man. I also, it would be nice if you could like request to join packs. I feel like that would be a good quality of life because sometimes I can't find people's names, like I can't. But being able to request to join people's packs would be nice. Would also be cool if they did rename some creatures instead of Kark Megalodon. They should be rename it to Odontis Megalodon so it can at least have some classic dinosaur charm. Yeah, that's fair. I do agree that some things could be changed. It's Dragon Steelix. Okay, let's see if I... Oh, there it is. I'm also just blind. That's part of the problem. I also just don't have good eyesight. Sorry, guys. See. Yeah, pack request is a W suggestion. Yeah, it would be nice. Token update would be great. Also, I hate looking at my old models and the pictures. New ones. Yeah, yeah, updating the UI for the tokens would be nice. The search bar in the thing is good for the most part. For the most part. But my only problem with it is that sometimes it like glitches out and like lags out. Is this the real Dino Inc? uh, yes, yes, it is the real one. I don't get recognized as often anymore because I don't post as much. I used to get um I used to get recognized all the time whenever I was posting Meta Mysteries, like a lot, especially in 2024. I got recognized all the time, but nowadays I don't get really recognized in game anymore because I just don't post as much. I just can't, simply can't. Life's too stressful. Uh, where can I follow you? Let's see if I'm on. Oh yeah. YTube. There we go. YTube. There we go. I don't know why Roblox doesn't let you say YouTube. It makes me so mad. Roblox like censors what you say, even past a certain age. I'm over the age of 18. I should not get censored as frequently as other people do. I watched him. I didn't know this was a real one. Hey man, I appreciate it. I always appreciate support. Also, if you guys see me in game, you can ignore you can talk to me or anything like that. I do not mind. I am never opposed to talking to anyone about pretty much anything, and you can ping me in my Discord, you can ping me in UG. I'm never above talking to anybody. So don't ever think that I think I'm too good to talk to you guys. I'm on the same level as anybody else in the community. So don't ever worry about, anything like that. Well, I'm gonna GTG now. Gotta do some work, and I'll go hang out with my boyfriend. Good stream, J-Man, and chat. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming along, and your art, always great. Roblox doesn't even allow you to say Discord. Yeah, I feel like Roblox should have like a partnership with Discord or something. I don't even know. Because I feel like there's so many communities that just go hand in hand with Discord. Now, granted, that also could cause some problems. I'm well aware of that, but one of my favorite parts of the Lumi skin is their really cool lore. Yeah, Dano, can I have you Roblox friend? No, I don't add people on Roblox, and that's not because I think I'm better than you, but I try to limit my Roblox friends because a lot of them are from a long time ago. But, however, if you join my Discord and you manage to become a loyal fan, a tier 5 loyal fan, I do allow people who are tier 5 loyal fans to friend me. Because, just as like a way to say thanks, a way of quote unquote giving back, if I can. Who even knew Magnus could fly? I think he's gonna struggle to catch up. Oh God. I had to turn. My nickname is Fawny324. What are you in the game? Is that why you're saying that? Or are you just telling me your nickname? Imagine flying croc. Oh god. Come to Flowerfield. I want to be AV. Where's Flowerfield at? Oh, Flowerfield. Oh, over here. Let's go over here. Oh, there's another one. We got a bunch of Evanicuses. Love it, love it, love it. What was this person's name? What is your name? I want Denjizi. Oh boy. There's a war going on over here. Oh, there's Phony. There you go. I'm an expert Evanicus flyer. Wait up, bro. Here, let me do like a circle around you guys. We'll circle around real quick. Make sure everyone can get caught up. Wait, what if we just like circled around the albino terror? We just circle around it like a bunch of hawks. That genuinely would be terrifying. If I was playing as that albino terror, I would be horrified. If you guys go back and look at one of my old streams on Black Friday, I streamed or we didn't, it wasn't a stream. It was, I think it was just a video. But we were all Evanixis, and there was like 8 of us, and we just would like run around people, and like, oh, it was so much fun. Albino Terror would get a heart attack after that. Yeah, absolutely. A coughing baby versus 6 hydrogen bombs. I feel like one would be more than enough. One hydrogen bomb is plenty for me. Okay. Yeah, definitely requesting would be good. Like, you could, like, turn on requesting or something like that. Making sure that pack is more public. Okay, let's see. I gotta find these people. Nickname. How do you even pronounce that? Also, the list kind of runs out after a certain point. Screenshot with all the AVs. There's one more coming up. Hold on, there's still another one coming. There's 2 more coming, actually. Oh, I see another one right there. There's a Lumi AV right there, Taurus. Is that part of our pack? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, there you are. There's the next person. We got a bunch of Evanixes. We gotta get the other AVs to come. There's 2 more. Come on. Invite you. What's your name? I thought I already invited that. Okay, let's see. Invite this, and then... I swear I already invited you. There we go. Yeah, Lumi AV coming up. 1 Albino Terror versus 6 Lumi AVs. Or 6 AVs. No, this is more than 6. This is like 8. Climb on the rock! You gotta climb on it. Just press spacebar next to it. The poor AV's trying to get up. Okay. You can... Just like an AV slowly falling down. I can't even read what they said. Oh, you're mobile? Can you not climb on mobile? Is climbing not something you can do on mobile? I need water. Dun 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 dun. Oh crap! I tried to, trying to. Trying to get like a screenshot of all of us flying together. Oh, another one. Can't shake me. There's 3 beams right there. Okay, another suggestion that I've had for a while is more beam skins. Skins that are locked behind beams. Because they're always asking, they want new methods for adding new skins, right? Like, UG's been asking for that. Like, if you guys remember, back in, like, 2019, for a while there, you could get the, dang, you actually aren't shakeable. That's insane. You could get Headless, Maceball, and, Headless Maceball, and, one other, Psychoceratops. Let's hunt. From purple beams, and like there was a reason to get it because it was skins from a beam. And so what they could do is they could have like a limited rotation of like 3 skins on like a special colored beam, like a golden beam, red beam, or purple beam, or something like that, where you get like skins. Wait, where? Oh, that AI just disappeared. Oh, looks like I shook you. We need food. Because I don't mind getting beams. Beams isn't so bad. It's in your request, can you accept? Okay, I'll explain this again. So I don't accept friend requests from randoms. Simply because it's a reward for my top tier of fans. Top tier of fans. The level 5 the most like dedicated fans ever get friended with me. But my joins are always on. 100% of the time, I always leave my joins on. Even if I'm playing other games, I leave my joins on, which sometimes is a little detrimental, but that's fine. But yeah, I don't accept friend requests just because it's a thing for my for my most loyal fans. What if we just like circle around this thing? I gotta get back up. I would be terrified as this mayhem tripod. You guys keep knocking me out of the sky. Alright. Are we killing the tripod? Thank God you said that on team chat. Wait, they have team chat? When did they get team chat back? Yeah. I'm not one to cozy personally. I don't really prefer to cozy. I can't really stop you guys, but I don't really care to cozy. That's just me. It'd be a nightmare for this guy. This guy's like been like, oh man, like super nice about this. What is their name? Bewildebeest? Uh-oh. I'm gonna move away. That's not me. I'm not gonna fight that. God, that Mayhem's already dead. That poor guy. I had nothing to do with that. I genuinely had nothing to do with that. I said no. But whatever. That's crazy. Yeah. I feel bad, but I had nothing to do with that. Right. Did you see the new game they announced? Yeah, the droid game. I haven't really looked into it at all. I don't know if it'd be a game that I'd play. Too many ABs in one server. There's for a nerf. Crazy. Should we all use different AB skins? Diversity armor. That's up to you. If you guys want to use different skins, I prefer just classic Evanus. No AB skin is really rare anymore since zombie. Man, I miss zombie AB being rare. I remember being able to play zombie AB and like it actually being rare. It's Ark survival game. You should check it out. Their trailer. Oh, it's like Ark. Interesting. Is it just me or is DS more fun to play like a year ago? No, I would. I don't know. It really depends. I mean, it depends on if you like the stat changes. It depends on if you like the stats. It depends on if you like all the new stuff that they added. Where's this person? But part of it might be partially nostalgia because, like in my brain, like I think like, oh, years ago, DS was much more fun to play than it is nowadays. Holy. I invite people to the pack. I just don't friend them. What was the person's name? Mega Mango? Oh my god, we have a giant pack. Death Killer. There you go. Death Killer. There you go. Alright, there we go. Meteors got nerfed so much. They really did. It kind of sucks. I returned somewhat recently from like 5 years ago or 3 years ago. The game has changed a lot since 3 years. It's actually gotten so much better since 3 years ago. Because well, 3 years ago, how long ago was that? That was 2022. So that was Solar Bringer meta. That was like, oh man, that was bad. That was terrible back then. 2 years ago for DS was just awful. Let me look. I always know what like era of Dinosaur Simulator was if I look back like on what was going on. So yeah, 2 years ago. Oh yeah, 2 years ago, Dinosaur Simulator was dead. Like, it had not gotten updated. Like, I think Skila was the most recent thing that had been added. So yeah, no, that was 3 years ago was a bad time. So it's so much better than it was back then. Yeah, 500 damage to 150 max. Yeah, I love Dinosim ages ago. Yeah, Dinosim, it's different eras of it have had their own charm to it. Right now, the charm to DS is that they're putting so much work and effort into making the game as good as they possibly can. Despite all the flaws and despite how much I complain, the game is genuinely in an excellent state. Like, this is the best state DS has like been in in years, and actually I'd have to argue almost ever. Genuinely, stat wise, not amazing, but compared to previous years, even compared to DS's heyday, the game plays better than it used to. It's just it's got so much more to it. There's so much more to do. It's just a lot of times, especially because of how our world has progressed in those years, our attention spans have changed. Where it's like just a Dino game where you just like run around and do nothing, just isn't enough for some people anymore. So that's why this doesn't click for some people anymore, which is completely okay. I've returned. I like this skin because it's somewhat similar to normal AV. Which skin is that? Oh, Firebird. Firebird's solid. I'm kind of sad. I wish Firebird was better. I don't like it as much as I wanted to. I wanted to like it more, but it's not it. I feel like it's mainly the name. The name is just not it. I don't know why Firebird is the name. Like I feel like Flame Evanix, Engulfed Evanix, just something like that. Terrifying. Terrifying. Alright, let's go back. There was an albino terror somewhere, wasn't there? There's an albino terror in Jellyo. Not really gonna go after them, but just like it's actually scary to see this many people. Oh god. At this point he'd be dead. Like if we wanted to, he'd be dead. There's not really much he could do. I'm personally not gonna attack him. Oh god, I got stuck on the thing. What if we just like landed? Why are you attacking us, dude? He started biting at us. I don't know why he did that. That wasn't very smart. Because I was not finna attack him. I don't attack people like that. I don't mess with people like that. Mammoth, you're either really brave or really stupid. Yeah, that's the smart move right there, just to keep walking. What's your name? Chief Poo. Let's see. You say you want a war. The only problem is like you can't really like. It's hard to get wars, especially with this big of packs. Like people like just they won't war. That's why the war map thing, the war map idea, like I feel like is a good idea. If you make it like just a big like open field for the most part, maybe some trees here and there and like some water, and then like you make it like interesting, but you make it to where it's like mostly quality over quantity. Like it's like it's gonna be a crappier looking map, like just like an island. Like an island. Like I would say like take like this middle island right here and like make that like the map and then surround it by ocean and like that's the map. That's the war map. Like that's the extent of it. Yeah, no, Terror 185 Terror is really bad. Yeah. Everyone kind of agrees that those stat changes are questionable. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? I actually made it. Look at that. Don't ever question me as an Evanix player ever again. How can I become tier 5? So you get to tier 4 by talking. And then participating in streams, being very active in the server. Like, I have to, if I am playing the game and I see your name, I need to be able to recognize your name and be like, you, I know you. Like someone like Godly. Godly's been a subscriber to mine since the very beginning. That's why he's a tier 5. Paleon's been super good. Doofman's also been great. I recognize people, like, I will recognize your names. I've seen your name before. I have seen you before, Casual Demon. I have seen you before. But not enough to where, you know, I'm like, you're a loyal fan. But I have seen your name before. Trust me, it's not an insult on anybody if you're not tier 5. It's not anything against you. But the other people have just been like they're like super fans, essentially. So they get special treatment. Am I the only one that thinks they should add back smaller maps like Homelands? Yeah, no, like I said, I feel like there should be like a war map of some sort. Is that a random Evanus? Oh no, that's an AI. Let's speed back up. AV Airlines. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got caught on the carbonate first. I want the trees to change. The trees on this map are terrible. I hate these blocky trees. Like they're better than they used to be, but they need to change. Like I feel like I feel like the trees shaped like this kind of subtract from the atmosphere of the game because the models are so like they've become so superior that it's like it takes away from the game. In my eyes, at least. We need more biome variation. Like the Gilded Garden's nice, but I need a bigger winter biome, and I need it to not be so far away. I miss Tundra because Tundra was so close to like middle. Like yeah, I was always in Tundra. Like I love winter biomes. Winter biomes are some of my favorite winter biomes, and I want a canyon region. We need more caves too. I feel like I used caves a lot more back in the day. Like when I got into wars, like I'd run into little caves and stuff like that. Especially like, because like I said, if you guys don't realize it, this map that we're on right now, this is 2018 map. This is 2018, but like remade. This is a remake of 2018 map. If you don't realize it, because that's the big hill. That's mid right there. That's that little like rock, you know, place in the middle. And this is like the hill area. This is where like 3 trees would be, the little tiny 3 trees, and it's just a bigger, more expanded version of 2018 map. Velociraptor getting added. The map is so buggy. Yeah, it's buggy right now. This is not a remake of Gallus. This is no 2018. Yeah. I realized it after a little while that it's a remake of the map. It's like a bigger, better version of it. So that's why this is also a good map, is because it's 2018. It's an awesome map because it's 2018. I hope they do that again with like some of the other maps. If they do it again, like remake fall map, but like in a brand new kind of way. Remake Grinnell again, because I know they've already remade Grinnell once, but like remake it to where it's like modernized like this. I feel like I love this map. It's too big though. It's too big for this many players. There's only 20 people on the map at a time. And this map is far too big. You can go a long time without seeing anybody on the map. It needs to be smaller, especially for lower end devices. It just as the base map. Base map needs to be smaller. Like I said, I want the map to be an island. An island map. I like the island maps. I think this map is good, but like make it to where like mid, you got like a center mountain, and then you got like stuff. I think they should increase the server size if they're gonna make the map this big. Yeah, the problem is when they increase the map, the server size, like since the playables have like certain number of like blocks on them, you gotta load in each one of the blocks, all the animations, stuff like that. So it gets harder every time. That Quet's gonna like fight people? Oh. Right here, go down. Yeah, go down to the ground if you have low health, because they'll get caught on the trees. Heal up real quick. So you can also climb onto the trees. Ooh, yikes. Oh boy. What an interesting war we have. Flyers versus gliders. I saw an Alamedus earlier, so yeah, there it is. Alamedus realized he made a mistake. Just all of a sudden, just like, what is that, like 5 Evanicuses just started flying towards it. Oh my god. Bro realized he made a mistake. I mean, you could try and organize a Hunger Games tournament in Dinosaur. Yeah, there was some talks about something like that. I've had some talks with some other content creators about stuff like that. I need to get back to another content creator. Speaking of which, there is going to be a giveaway soon. There's a content creator that I'm friends with. That they're quickly gonna do like a giveaway for like a hybrid, like I think Albino Terror is what they're giving away. But they're gonna be doing like a brackets thing where they have like a certain playable that you fight against. There's going to be something like that at some point soon. So bring them to our nest. We can see your chat, dude. I'm not going to your nest. You can forget that. But also, there's like 20 of us. Like, even if you spawn an Argent on us, look. I mean, if someone wants to run away, Flyer PvP is just pointing your camera up and down. Is that thumbnail real? Yeah. In the stat server, they posted those restats. Yes. That's not made up. I didn't make that up. That was genuinely posted by the stat team. Those are real stats they're considering for Albino Terror. So yes, they are. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Hold on. We need to go help that Lemmy out. Or leave me. Oh well, no, he's not as low as I thought he was. Oh my god, dude! It's like a bunch of sharks, or like not sharks, but like piranhas. If you guys have ever seen like a movie that has like a bunch of piranhas, like bro comes down and all of a sudden like there's a bunch of them just flying up. That's funny. He's about to come down. Be ready. Dying of hunger. Here, have some eggs. Eggs. Drop some eggs for this guy. He needs eggs. I don't think this Evanus has a lot of range. Reinvite. I'm Crash. Alright. Where is your name? The Crow. What do you mean, be something strong? You are something strong. You're an Evanus. We're strong in packs. We're strong in numbers. Right now, we outnumber them. I can't find them. Where? Crow, what is your actual username? I'm like blind. I swear. Let me just look here. How about this? What if I do this? Dragon Steel. There it is. That's what it was. I think I... Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, I can't... My brain doesn't register whenever I, like, the bracket named for some reason. It's, like, hidden in my mind. This is what I mean. Like, flyers, like people were like, oh, Evanus is so powerful. Flyers have, like, an extreme advantage against Evanus. Like, at a certain point, you can just get away from an Evanus, like, as a flyer. You literally just can escape. There's no way you can't get away. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Was a little overzealous there. Get that kaiju quets. Ah, that quet's got away. AB strong together. Yeah. I could pull up Metron, but I'm not going to because Evanus. This is funnier. Top 10 brutal ways. Dude, really? Y'all just mauled that barrow, dude. I don't know why he brought out a barrow. There is so many of us. We all do 143 damage and 4.25 bleed. Like, you don't beat that. Oh, Dinosaur is kind of scary. Oh god, new nest? We need a new nest? Okay. Again, Murrow just got mauled to death. Oh god, don't, I'd be careful. Mastodon does 5 bleed. You gotta be careful. There's food right there. Oh, their nest is right here. They might spawn like an Argent on us or like 5. That'd be terrifying if they all... That's how they could beat us, is spawning a bunch of Argents. 1, 2, 3, band salt to the pack. Okay. If I can find their name. Oh, there it is. Alright. Let's see. Oh god. Oh, I thought that was a kaiju spawn for us. We need like a... Dude, we need like storm events. Like a thunderstorm where like lightning strikes. I want to be struck by lightning in this game. Just flying around as in my Evanus and I just get struck by lightning and get turned into a chicken. Like a cooked rotisserie chicken. Make some cooked squirrel. We need a new nest again? Did they break the nest again? Yeah, the nest is already around. I mean, look, you say poor Evanus, or you say poor Quetz. But, I mean, bro attacked a pack of, like, 6 Evanus. No, not 6. How many are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Evanus. Like, nothing can kill us besides the dev. Now here, let me pull a Norsel. We'll see if we can kill it. No, I'm just kidding. Invite me, please. What's your name? I gotta know what your JPS, JSP, Coco Maloob. Even, man, some people's names are very interesting. The server's almost become just 2 packs. One outnumbered more than the other. Nah, Evie needs to get buffed bigger. Yeah, well, Evanus needs more health. Like, sure, in a pack of like 100 of us, you know, Evanus is like, this is an unstoppable pack. But there's like 10 of us. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of unstoppable. But if they were all just like flyers, like they would be able to do it pretty well. Did they run away? Are they done? Or are they getting more people? We can definitely. Oh yeah, no doubt we can kill an Argent. There's no doubt on my mind that we could kill an Argent. I don't disagree that that you should give AB universal bleed. That would be nice if we could do that. Oh, I thought that. They Furu, yeah, buffing Terror. Meanwhile, AB gets more damage and lower HP. Yeah, that is kind of the funny thing, that Terror is would be getting more HP and more damage for some reason, without actually really doing anything. We control the air. Be kind of careful hopping in the water with those things. Star Destroyer. I haven't seen Star Destroyer being played in a long time. Oh, he's swimming away. Oh, I thought that was another Lefkitis. Oh, there's another Shasta. Oh, God. Oh, God. That poor Shasta just... Yeah, there's no way. Oh, God. Oh. There's a Dinosaur right there. I'm gonna go this way. There was a nest placed. Did they destroy it again? Yeah, they did. I made a sacrifice, but you know, I don't mind because growing AB is the most fun you can do. Dude, growing Evanus is actually pretty fun. I won't lie, it is pretty fun. Oh my god. See, this is what I'm saying. If 125 damage. I feel like 125 is too low. 135. Let's go 135. How about that? 135. And we can knock off some bleed. Heliocoprin is pretty underrated, yeah. I would agree. But this is what I mean, like with a war map, like giving a reason to like war besides just having fun. Like absolutely would like do great. Especially with the idea of like Taking away DNA gain, but making sure you gain DNA via warring. That's what I mean, man. Flyers can just get away from you. Like, you can't really do anything at a certain point. As a glider. Because I can't really get to him. He can just fly up and up and up and up and up and up. There's nothing I can do. They have a chrono? I have... Jokes on them. I also have chrono grown. How to train your AV. Ew, Solar Bringer. Does Mega get played very often? I saw a Sauceraptor was pretty played, but now Vanilla and whatnot are like what's being played nowadays. Yeah, no, I don't like Megavor's veins either. You really want Vanilla? Yeah, I only have one, sadly. Oh, they have a Chernobris. Ooh boy. That Copper in this here, you tearing it up? Okay, well, let me switch Evanus skins. If I'm gonna be warring, classic Evanus just ain't it. Like, this thing just ain't got range. I can guarantee you that. Let me switch to Mudodon. I'm still staying Evanus. But Mudodon is gonna be the better choice. Oh god. Get me out of here. Is that some random? Oh boy. I need to like heal up. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Now I can swap to Tuso Toothus if I have to. Because Tuso's good from what I know. Tuso actually Dolly's also pretty good from what I know. They pushed us out of mid. I don't know where everyone went. You're pretty sure Plumie is the best skin for AV? Really? I'm surprised by that. If that were to be true, I would be actually shocked. Let me switch to Dolly. I'm gonna switch to Dolly. Because I remember I fought against some Dollies and they were actually pretty good. That could be crazy, but you know. Dolly. The Licomalosaurus. Everything spawned in like a really weird part of the map. Oh my god, my nest! It's gone! Bruh. I need to replace the nest because they broke it again. Is that Kaiju Sword Poseidon with us or against us? Menu and respawn. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if veneer is still good. It was good last time, but it might not be anymore. Ugh. I don't know who I'm fighting at this point. Oh my god, I'm like super low. God dang. Interesting. Okay. Eat up, eat up, eat up, eat up. Okay. Come down. Come down here, Shesta. They're gonna beat you up. That Thoke's gonna try. I can't catch him. We outnumber them like a crap ton. The thing's surprisingly good. I mean, it's Salta. Salta used to be like goated for a while. I mean, I remember Salty Salta was like kind of crazy. I wonder if that movie Spino's like movie Spinosaurus is like just kind of. Right, 1, 2, 3, and who? Something great. Let's look for the word great. And Milo is great. Who is Milo is great? I don't see them. Sure, I can make you some of you guys silver. Make casual demon silver as well. There you go. Who are you? Taurus. There you go. They switched to water and we got a bunch on the water. Milo is great. What is he? How do I don't see your name, Mr. Milo. Oh, there you are. That Milo is great person was supposed to be invited into our pack. Oh god. Let me get up. Watch out, Stego. Got you. I got you. It's the horde. Dude, I'd be terrified. Combat him! Combat him! Combat him! Oh yeah, he's done. He's toast. Yeah, he's toast. Is Classic Berry good? Oh, the Quetz is... Oh, and that's an AI. Never mind. They need to make it to where, like, AI Quetz, like, don't just sit on the ground. I'm glad Vanilla is good. Vanilla should be good. Pro versus noob. Dude, I feel like their pack's outnumbered, like, very slightly. I've been tapping in and out of the stream too much. My bad. How are we doing? We are currently fighting a 12v what, like 6 war? Yeah, 12v6. We're double their numbers. That's crazy. Very small numbers. Very. Veneer getting nerfed hurts me. As long as it's like still really good, or at least like on par with like the best Megavore skin, I'm okay with it, because I understand it being overpowered, and it being rare and being overpowered is like a double entendre. Like it makes it to where it's like it's hard for newer players. See, this is why you need an Evanus to combat people. Oh, that guy's toast. That guy's toast. Just you see a horde just swimming towards him. Imagine if you were like a random, just like you're like, man, I just feel like playing as my Indominus today. And then all of a sudden, 12 people just come at you. Best Apex skin is Apex Hothead? Really? Huh. Interesting. Did we wipe them out? They're still around the server. Newt. There's 3 random people that are doing nothing. We're the Avengers? No, dude, we're like murderers. We're not Avengers. There's no point coming out, yeah. Stratusfire is the best frontal range now, I think. Interesting. I might have to redo Megavore Meta Mysteries. I mean, I was supposed to do one when Vanilla came out, and then I just didn't. It's been so long. We are the hydrogen bomb. There, the coughing baby. We are the hydrogen bomb. It'd be nice if you could change your pack name. Oh, that we're the stream pack for right now. Dude, honestly, I love that we got Vanilla, but it would honestly be cooler if we got like other variants of Vanilla as well, because this is not like this is Vanilla, but it's also not. 5-meter nerf, dang. 5-meter. I love how at one point we were all AVs nice and peaceful. No, we were nice and peaceful and they attacked us. I like V3 the best. Honestly, V3 Megavore, that's the best Megavore skin in my eyes. Go on, what are we attacking? Who are we attacking? I feel like the most recent Megavore, it's just it's too much. It's too much. Like how Vanilla is nice and smooth. Like if you look at Vanira's tail is what Megavore's tail should be. What if we all roll at the same time? 3, 2, 1. You didn't say we were going on 1. I messed it up. Vanilla, Dodo, crossover egg, and green rarity would be cool. Yeah. Honestly, I'd love to get like more of those like stuff like Cliptomore. Dude, if we could get Cliptomore, that would be awesome. But I can totally understand not getting any more of those because it's Ancient Earth. I would love it if a lot of those like extinct dinosaur games would be like willing to like crossover. Apparently there was a sudden influx of Megavore buff suggestions and stat balance server. Last one I read was unhinged. Megavore buffs, yeah, I'm cool with Megavore buffs. I don't feel like Megavore is used in wars that much. Last time I warred before this one, I don't know if there was a Megavore. We were in the ocean. There was Movie Moza, there was Headless, there was Chaos Spino, but there wasn't any Megavores, surprisingly. One thing about new Mega's tail is how is it going in the water with Thagomizer? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't understand the new tail for Megavore. It doesn't really make sense. It's like a crocodile tail. I preferred the Moza tail. It folds. The Thagomizer folds. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Mega causes lag right now, does it? Oh. Yeah, it's because they try to add back the veins. The veins. They wanted the veins back. They shouldn't have. The veins are bad, and we shouldn't have them. But on land it protrudes more interesting. We got 4 different Megavore skins right now. Star Destroyer. We need a Halloween Megavore skin. A Halloween Megavore skin. We need a Galactic Evanus skin. I don't know if Albino needs any more skins. Let me look at the tail. Oh yeah, it kind of goes out more. Yeah, I see what you mean. Interesting. That's cool. I didn't know it did that. A universal AV. Well, I've made an Galactic Evanus concept multiple times before. Oh, I love this animation. I love standing up on my tiny legs as Vanera. Where it passes the earth head to head. Yeah. Well, I made it to where it had a singularity in the middle of it, and it had like a giant, like, think like Arceus. Like how Arceus has that giant, like, golden ring around it. Something like that, but in the middle, instead of it being a body, it was like a singularity. And the Galactic Evanus was split in half. I've drawn the concept before, but, you know. UG's not going to really take it. If they do another Galactic event, I would love to help. Because I absolutely love Galactic skins. I think they're the coolest thing ever, but, you know, we never know. I think the most they would do is make another Galactic egg. I feel like the problem with Mega is that if it's overtuned, it will rule land, because the only reason it doesn't seem that good is because it has to compete with some actual beasts in the water. Fossil Megavore, yeah, a Fossil Megavore would go really hard. I think there was one posted. I don't know. I don't think it's official. I think somebody just made it. I could be wrong. But there was one posted in the Leaks channel a little while ago. I don't know where it's at. Where is it? I thought I saw it. It was a while ago that it was posted. Oh, there it is. See, this was posted in my server a little while ago. I don't know what this is about. I just saw this. I don't know though. We'll see. We'll see if we get Fossil Megavore. It'd be cool. That was posted in my server, and I don't know what it's about. It's honestly, in my eyes, it's probably just a fan made. I haven't heard anything like crazy about it. I like to see what they do for Halloween update. Dude, for real, I hope they're cooking up something cool for Halloween. I really do. It's probably going to be smaller than last year's Halloween event, because they're trying to downsize on events. But I still hope it's like a cool, awesome event. But yeah. Hopefully, restats, they stop trying to give Albino Terror boosted out stats. They try not to do it. And then Evanix, hopefully they look into Evanix and buff its health, maybe, please. I'm so tired of Evanix being so weak. Look up. Megavore could use some buffs. Faso could, Barrow 10k health. No, we don't need Barrow 10k health. We want sauropods to be played and like used in wars, but not like overbearingly. It's like as soon as you bring out a 10k HP Barrow, like it's over. Megavore needs a slight damage buff of Puru dealing 160, also having more HP. Yeah, or they just need to nerf Puru at that point and just make it to where Puru and Megavore kind of like clash with each other. Is classic movie Spinosaurus any good? Not that I know of. Chaos Spino's good though. Chaos Spino's really good at fighting at PvP. I was so bummed when Brain Ethereum Day came out. It didn't have a baby model. Yeah. I know Blamison made some concepts for a baby model of it, but we'll see if it ever comes to fruition. This guy's just shaking. But yeah. So I'm just gonna reiterate my point at the beginning of the stream, since I have a lot of people here. Stat team is doing kind of crazy things right now. I don't know what's going on. And it's kind of getting on my nerves. But they're trying to put Jellyixis at 1.5k HP, 30 defense, 100 damage, 1.5 bleed. This is not right. Jellyixis actually has 15 defense. So they would be doubling its defense, giving it 200 health, increasing its bleed, whilst only making it to where it gets 2 extra cooldown, and also increasing its flight speed. So this is like and subtracting, they're taking away 15 damage from it. That's like they're giving 2 cooldown plus minus 15 damage for an additional like 200 health, almost 200. It's not exactly plus 15 defense, plus 0.5 bleed, plus 3 additional speed. So this is going to be my greatest argument of why Jellyixis is favored over Evanix like nobody's business. Because Evanix got 2 extra bleed and lost 200 health. No, it got 1 bleed and lost 200 health, actually. It got 1 extra bleed and lost 200 health. These Albino Terror stat changes are actually insane. Actually insane. Because this just brings it down to Facile Ethereum speed. This is ridiculous. Why does it need 185? Like, it's increasing 185 damage. Or it's going up 15 damage, going up 125 damage, going down 1 defense, additional bleed, but more cooldown. Yeah, it's like, what, 3 extra cooldown? And then decreasing its speed. So, like, these stats are, like, beyond my understanding. So, this needs to not happen, and this proves my point of the stat team hates Evanix. Plain and simple, proves my point. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna maybe make a video about it if I can, so that I can get more people like on board and like understanding, like, hey, like people need to watch the stat server, and I need to watch the stat server more. I'm just really busy and I don't have time to, but as a community, we need to watch the stat server, because right now there's a bunch of people that's getting into the stat server, kind of just making up whatever they feel like. So, yeah. Can we please all free for all at the war thing? You also heard Dreadnoughtus is coming. Interesting. Yeah, bro, that's so sad. I like Kaiju Jelly, but I can face tank other flyers because it's high DPS. I don't want it to be Kaiju Quest 2.0. Yeah, no. K Jellyo, just like, I don't know. People, it's weird. It's weird. The stat team is being kind of weird. Hopefully, I'll make a video about my stat changes. Make a video about my stat suggestion rotation thing. Maybe suggestion for some skins, stuff like that. But anyways, I've been streaming for like 3 hours. This is way this is way longer than I was planning to. But thank you guys for joining along the stream. I think I'm gonna end it for now. But I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join my Discord. And I'll try to make a video soon again. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.